Coming up, we've got a big show on tap as we get ready for a big weekend in sports. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome on into the Friday edition here of Winning Bets. I'm your host, Jason Mattis, as always. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Going to go ahead and start off the show by recapping yesterday. Then we got lots of good information and bets to get for you. So let's start off with that recap of yesterday. Yesterday was our second day where we've now been tripped up with NBA prop bets. We've had a big NBA season of NBA prop betting. We've been successful in all but two of them. One of those days was yesterday, unfortunately. We went 2-1, or should I say 1-2 on the NBA props. The only one we got to hit was Kendall Johnson. He went over 13.5 points. He had 12 at halftime, got his first bucket early on in the second half. So just a good, easy win that was. The research paid off nice and early on that one. And then our two trip-ups of the day, you guys can see there in the tweet, it was Jokic over 24.5 and Wiggins over 17.5. Both of them missed by one bucket. One bucket, obviously, we cash those bets. Both those guys went 0 for 4 from three-point range, so just really unfortunate. Neither one of them guys could get one more bucket. We would have had a nice, 3-0 sweep. Unfortunately, it wasn't. We were down 1.16 units. And then finally, our NBC Sports Predictor Parlay, it went ahead and finished yesterday as the Arsenal versus Crystal Palace match was concluded. That concluded that contest, that five-legged parlay. And we missed that parlay by one. The only game we missed was that Arsenal versus Crystal Palace game. I thought Arsenal was going to beat Crystal Palace. It of course, ended in a draw, so went ahead and lost, 0.2 units that we're making that parlay every single week. So down on the day, of course, it was 1.36 units overall. And just down on the week, 8.22 units, just getting it killed to me. I mean, in fairness, it's really just one day, though. You guys remember, 2 days ago? Put in 5 soccer bets in the afternoon and lost all 5 soccer bets. So if you take away those bets, yeah, we're still losing money, but it doesn't quite look as bad. But, those are bets that were made. Those were bets that lost. You don't, take away winners when you're doing good. So got to live with it. Just got to try and reel it in here a little bit and go for some quality over some quantity here. But just got to literally get through this weekend, limit the damage, refocus, and then just get these units back as quick as we can, because that's, what we got to do. So before we get on into it and go into bets, I wanted to share with you guys a comment from Brian. Brian had a real cool comment. Guys, remember I told you guys where if you have any issue with these sports books, you can go ahead and email them, and they'll go ahead and give you free money. They're dying for your money, dying for competition out there. Well, that's exactly what happened to Brian. Had some issue going on with DraftKings, emailed them, and got some free money, and went ahead and thanked me there, because it wasn't for my advice of sharing my experiences of having technical issues with these platforms and emailing them and get free money. Sounds like Brian wouldn't have. So I was very glad to help out Brian, and glad to see that he won some free monies due to his struggles and his problems that he was having with DK. So that was really cool by him. Otherwise, guys, to get in some bets, I've already got one soccer bet today. And I know I said on yesterday's show I was going to take a week off from soccer, but having a bad week, I guess I don't know if it's quite called chasing, because I would generally make a soccer bet every single day. So, but I'm definitely chasing. I mean, it's a bad week. The bet's not bad. I like the bet, but in terms of the term chasing results, one could maybe say I'm doing that, but I got called out on Twitter, got hit up by a DM by somebody saying, hey, I thought you weren't making any more soccer bets this week, so appropriately called me out. I actually, thank that person. It gets me to focus and, put my head on straight, but soccer bet's been made, so I got to live with it now. I still do like it. Got a parlay there. There's a game in the Bundesliga and a game in League One. I went ahead and parlayed those games to both teams to score, yes, so hopefully we can get both teams to score in both of those games and start off our day with a nice cash. I then followed it up with Rice basketball. It's going on at 3 o'clock Eastern time. They're playing ODU. I like Rice at home in this matchup. It's a very, very good favorable matchup for Rice, so I gladly take the 3.5 points, and that was at minus 110 over a points bet. And then I want to share with you guys here another bet here. We got the NBC Sports Premier League bet, another match week starting off in the Premier League this weekend, so I went ahead and did my normal 5-legged parlay, putting 0.2 units on it. So for us, it's $3. So I got a nice 5-legged parlay, $3, pays over 27 to 1, so that'd be a nice good one to hit there. And then you guys also remember, I also gave you guys the Cole Beasley bet already, over 45.5 yards receiving yards. So like Cole Beasley working up underneath. Ravens got some really good cornerbacks that can, give Stephon Diggs, John Brown, Gabriel Davis some problems. So I really like Cole Beasley working in that intermediate short area. So go ahead and give me over 45.5 yards for him. And then another one I want to share for you guys. I tweeted it. Lamar Jackson, his rushing total is set at 74.5. I would bet this, like this tweet says, if I wasn't a Bills fan, I would be all over this. My research says to bet this. So if you're sitting there, not a Bills fan, not a Ravens fan, don't care to really how this, how these two teams attack each other, I would make this Lamar Jackson bet. If things don't go for me well today, I may actually jump on it. But in the end, I can't sit there and be really pissed when Lamar Jackson rips off a 30, 40-yard gain, but then sitting there doing these like little, silent fist bumps because I took over 74.5. So in the end, I really don't see myself pulling that trigger. I don't want to torture myself while I watch that game. But if I wasn't a Bills fan, 100%, my research says this bet should cash, and it's got some comfort room to cash. So if you're inclined, I would strongly suggest making that bet. I really, really like that one a lot. Just can't do it to myself. But I do have a couple of bets for you guys over on the weekend. Got a teaser bet involving Saturday's game. Got a couple prop bets, and then I got a couple NBA prop bets going on tonight. Let's go ahead and hit those NBA prop bets up first. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Bulls. Zach LaVine over 26.5 points, and that's minus 110 over at DraftKings. Good spot for him going up against the Thunder team. He should have his way a little bit here in this matchup. So I like him getting over 27 points. He's been due to pop one here. So we'll see if he can't do one tonight. And then Julius Randle's, the Knicks are going up against the Cavs tonight. The Knicks have the rebounding advantage, and even if Drummond doesn't play, they still have the rebounding advantage, but they'll definitely have the rebounding advantage if Drummond sits out again with that Achilles injury. So I like Julius Randle to go over 6.5 rebounds, and that can be found at minus 106 over at FanDuel. So those will be our NBA bets that we'll have going on tonight. Maybe if we're successful in this basketball and soccer bet, maybe we'll get in maybe one more, but as of now, we'll just leave it with those two basketball bets. As for the NFL action, I do have two prop bets for this Bills-Ravens game. I'm going to go ahead and take Lamar Jackson interception, yes, at plus 116 over FanDuel. I think if the Bills have an opportunity where they can jump on them early and get the Ravens passing, it'll play right into an interception. Even if I think the Bills do have a good defensive line, they'll be able to put pressure on them with Hughes and Addison on the edges. They ought to be able to keep him contained in that pocket enough to make him throw it. And then the Bills have an excellent secondary. Elite cornerback in Tre'Davious White, excellent safeties there, and Poyer and Hyde. So I think they can get to Lamar Jackson and get at least one interception in this game. So I thought plus 116 over at FanDuel was some really good value. And then staying over at FanDuel, I'm going to do Josh Allen's first rushing attempt over 3.5 yards. I really like that, whether it's a designed run or a keeper. If it's a keeper, it should be no doubt over 3.5 runs. Every time he decides to keep the ball on a passing play, he's getting legit rushing yards on it. So I like it if it's a broken play. And then if it's a designed called run, I do like him to get at least 4 yards. So I like that bet over there at FanDuel, and that was minus 122 over at FanDuel. So he needs to get 4 yards on his first rushing attempt for that bet to cash. And then for my NFL teaser, I took the games on Saturday and teased them both down 7 points. So I got that Bills-Ravens game down to 42.5. That's down a touchdown. So we just need the two teams getting up into the 20s. Low 20s would be perfect there for that one to hit. So Ravens, Bills under or over 42.5. And then the same thing for the other Saturday game. Rams-Packers just brought it down a full touchdown down to 38.5. Obviously, if one of these two teams gets in the 40s, both of them get in the 40s, it's an easy cash, which end up thinking can happen, but I definitely think, one of these teams will probably sit mid-20s, so that'll help out the other one getting up in the upper teens there. So just brought both of those overs down a touchdown, so 42.5 and 38.5, and you can see we made that bet over at DraftKings, so love that one there. As of now, guys, that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be the slate. There's probably going to be some more bets as these cash. We got to get up out of this hole. Got to be, down 8 units. If I can get this down to around 4 units at the end of the week, and I think I'll have really done myself a favor and saved my weeks there. So just looking to have a good Friday, Saturday, Sunday, capitalize here, take advantage, and just and then just really end it. Not get in too many bets, not try to extend myself. So that's what I'll try and do this weekend. Otherwise, guys, enjoy the weekend. Lots of action going on. Got hockey back, basketball, but of course NFL playoffs are always king. So enjoy the matchups. If your team is involved, good luck to your team as long as they're not the Ravens. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you on Monday's show. We'll recap the weekend, and we'll start off another week having fun together. All right, we'll see you. Have a good one. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.